Hi everybody, Jill here. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my very first Wig Chat of 2024. Okay, let's take a look at this one. I have not put this on my head, so this is going to be a true first impression. And if there's some wonkiness, we will deal with that today as well. There's going to be some styling. I've got to get this piece to feel good on myself, you know, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to do that right out of the box. As a matter of fact, most of the time it doesn't. So there will be some styling in this as well. So the one that we're going to be taking a look at today is a Jon Renau wig. It's called Idalia or Idalia, and it's in the color Palm Springs Blonde. This is not a heat-friendly fiber, so the color differs a little between the types of fibers. There is human hair, there's the synthetic varieties, some are heat-friendly, or you'll see it HD, which means heat defiant, and others are not. So those are both synthetics. There are blends as well, but if you have a favorite color, you will find that they will look slightly different amongst those different types of fibers. So keep that in mind. And that is the case as well within the Jon Renau line. This is Palm Springs Blonde, and it is indeed not heat friendly. Truly one of my favorite colors within the line, no matter if it's heat friendly or not. But this, again, this is not a heat friendly fiber. Not to say that we can't use a little bit of heat in, you know, if we had some weird box hair going on, you know, that we can be careful. And there is like hot air brushes, for instance, are pretty darn safe to use even on a non-heat friendly fiber. I would highly recommend, no matter what you're using and no matter what type of fiber, even if it's human hair, always use a heat protectant first. You'll see that there are, you know, it gets a little longer here in the front, which I like. It gives me a sense of confidence. I'm not a full-on pixie gal. I don't really think I have the body shape or the face shape to really pull those off great. So I like the security of having a little more hair, a little more length around my face, whether I decide to tuck it back or not. I just like that. This has a little bit of a bang here. I feel like what they did here, as you can see, it really tapers in here toward the nape. I want to say this was their answer. And this is what I wasn't going to say until I got it on, but I feel like this was their answer to all of those out there with Ignite that said, can I put in a little bit of a bang? That's what I see when I look at this. But there is some differences that I can see right away. But with a wig like this to wear out in the big bad world, I would have to shave my nape a little bit, for sure. I would also do my best to make the nape of my, you know, when I'm putting up my hair, to make this as flat as I could. So I definitely would not do what I'm going to be doing quickly here, which is I put it in one big ponytail and pin it up. But I'm going to try my best still, though, to kind of keep it as flat. My ponytails are so small that I'm thinking it'll be fine. Well, didn't I bring out? Oh, yes, I did. Okay. So this is what I do with all my wigs. This is how I prep for all my wigs. The only difference is I won't wear a wig grip. I will use It Stays in the front area if I plan on wearing that all day. So if I'm just going to put it on for a quick errand, or if I'm recording a wig chat like this, I will definitely wear a wig grip. But I'm going to show you my favorite one here in a little bit. So I do a low ponytail, very low, right here in back, the lowest I can go. And this is going to be the anchor. All of my wigs right up on me. I really don't think that necessarily means it's too big or too small. It's just I don't have a really great occipital bone back here to kind of keep them under there. So I need some kind of anchor, and that's what this ponytail acts as, is a nice anchor. So the first clip, I'm going to turn around here. The first one I put low next to the actual ponytail. The next one I'm going to put up higher to keep these from folding over and creating a bump that I don't want. So that is going to create a bit of a bump. We'll see what we think of that. So this is my favorite wig grip. I've tried many, and I'm not fond of wig grips because I don't like extra bulk under my wig. I'm very sensitive, and I just am not the most comfortable wearing a wig grip. And I like to feel really comfortable as I can. I mean, I'm wearing a wig, for God's sake. You know, it's basically this full-on hat. So I want it to be as comfortable of an experience as possible. But this one sure helps a lot. I have not, just pardon, this is one I wear all the time, and I have not washed it. So I love this one. I'll put a link to it down below. Got it off Amazon. As you can see, it tapers down to this in the very back, which is what tucks under my ponytail. This itself can be adjusted, which is super nice. So I have mine adjusted to the very smallest area. And then, you know, wig grips are made of this sort of microfiber, and you need that to be in a certain direction for it to work. We don't want it to slide on our hair, and we don't want our wig to slide back on it. So you got to feel it, you know, it's like, okay, this is the grabby, you know, this is the direction that we want. It's grabby on both sides, the hair and the wig. This makes it easy because it's always going to be right if this tag is on the right. And sometimes I will even tuck the tag under, but it's still on the right, so I know without even feeling that is the right way. So I just put this on. I put that right under. I drag this back right until I can see my own hair, and I make sure this is under my ponytail. Kind of push it against there. So the tapering behind the ear, I love that because of my measurement, you know, from here to here. It actually says I'm like a child size, but so therefore my wigs tend to definitely bunch up behind my ear, and I hate that. So I move the wigs off of that area and I set it on my wig grip. But I don't want my wig grip, if it was the same here and here, it also is going to sit there in back of my ear, and it's just that other layer that I just don't like to feel. And this starts tapering right about there, which is really nice. And then under here, if it were the same under here, that is another bit of bulk underneath that wig in the back that I just don't like. So this has been my answer, and I find myself wearing my wig grip probably more than ever because it is something I can tolerate so much more than the traditional wig grips out there. Now, no wig grip is going to last a lifetime. Eventually it just loses, it stretches out, it loses its oomph, and it doesn't work as well. So you will have to replace it from time to time, but for the most part, you know, they last pretty dang well. This cap is what they consider an open cap, okay? So this is going to create a lot of stretch, for one thing, but it's also going to give you some ventilation. The other thing it does is it reduces the cost of the wig, okay? So that's a plus. However, we have things in here that I absolutely kind of have to have for my full comfort and security. One is an extended nape. I do like extended napes. This soft felt just feels good under there. Just, I don't know, it just feels more secure as well for me. Then we have just the tabs here. These are the Velcro kind. Again, I do prefer that over the bra strap kind because I can feel that little, whether it's plastic or metal, I can feel that thing under there. Most people can't, but I can, so I do like that. We have that same super soft felt material here on the ear tabs. That is practically a must for me. I cannot deal with just this kind of material here. I tend to itch and feel it all day. Now, the open cap part is like even here we have wefts here, and then right through here is some permatease, and that is crucial with a style like this. It is what makes Ignite one of my favorite styles, even though it's very affordable, because it has this really nicely placed, it's not super woolly, it's just really nice permatease. I don't want you to be afraid of permatease in a style especially like this, because permatease plays an important part in many styles. It helps to lift the fibers and keep the fibers up and off the cap, giving you really a more realistic look, and you don't have to fight that and just try to use product to do that. It can be really great. Now, there are other styles, I am not going to kid you, that it's like, good Lord, they use so much permatease in this. Like, I can't. So there is a fine line, but if it's done well, and if it's nicely, you know, it's not like a bunch of wooliness under there, it really can be crucial to your security of that style looking great all day. Jon Renau makes lovely lace fronts, and this has a very generous, look at how generous this lace front is. And I'm going to show you why that is also kind of a beautiful plus in this particular style. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this on now. I don't think I have tried a Jon Renau in a while. Okay. So we do have some box hair right here, actually. I can see it right there. But let's just make sure first that we have this on straight, which I do not. You want to lift your wig up and then move it. That will not disturb your wig grip under there, because you can move your wig grip accidentally and wonder why it's not doing its job during the day. Plus, it's safer on the lacing there. So lift your wig up and then move it. Then you can peek, make sure that lacing didn't fold or do anything weird, which it did not, so that's good. And then I want to make sure that it's where I want it. Make sure that I kind of make sure these metal stays, which Jon Renau makes very nice firm metal stays. Make sure they're not up like this, so make sure they're down, kind of cup toward the face there. That's what metal stays do, is it kind of keeps those borders nice into your, there's also vertical metal stays back here, don't forget. So that's what another thing that nice extended napes give you, is these vertical stays. So make sure that's going to keep that nice and tight to your nape. So when you bend over, it's still there, you know, it's not popping up. That's why I like firm metal stays. Okay, I need I'll be right back. Okay, so let's take a look at the lace front on this, because even though we don't have monofilament, which kind of gives you a really realistic parting area, scalp appearance, with this wig and the permatease, you aren't necessarily going to miss that. But what it does give us is that really nice lace front, which means we can give the illusion of where we decide to part it, because we can part this wig anywhere. We still see the scalp there, and from, you know, this point of view, it is just so nice to have that lace front. I would not like this wig nearly as much, or my Ignite nearly as much, without it, because it is really nice. So here we have, this is the Palm Springs Blonde, so we have quite a light rooting going on here throughout, which is nice. You know what, something I'm gonna do, I think my own hair might be a little bit, I did trim my hair a long time ago when I was wearing Ignite, so I don't think it will be too long, I hope. But I do like to pull out a little bit of my own hair here on this side. It is, I'm just gonna lift the wig up itself and pull it back, because I don't like feeling it on the back of my ear. Definitely do what you have to do to make this comfortable, to make any wig comfortable. Okay, so let me kind of, I just gotta play with this here. We are gonna make this look adorable. It does remind me so much of Ignite. However, there is the littlest bit. Where are those little bangs? Well, they're kind of right in here. A little bit of bangage, not a lot. I think you could take it the rest of the way if you wanted to. You know, personally, I think I would. I like Ignite the way it is. I just like that gentle thing that a night does. But this does give you, you know, some bangs here, whether you want to pull them to the side or just whatever. There is a little bit. And I want to say they're mostly over here because in this piece anyway, I am not seeing the same thing going on over here. Yeah. So they might have done that thinking style-wise that might be where we would want it. I'm not sure. But before I get really into this, because I have some styling stuff out here ready to go, I'm going to go ahead and give you a little spin so you can see what this looks like all the way around. I wish I could find. This would be an amazing piece to really get out the Jon Renau Contour Creme. The Peace Out Cream. It's a wax. It's quite a hard wax, but it would be so fun to use in this. However, I don't seem to have it here, and I can't find it. I looked all over before filming. I don't know where it is. I do have the Pick Me Up. This is like, I use it as a styling aid for sure, but it is also a dry shampoo. It just does better if you think of it as more of a styling aid because, to be honest, it doesn't really reduce the shine that much, but it's a wonderful styling aid. So I brought that. I also have the Shape Hairspray, so we're going to work with that too. I did want to show you what the It Stays looks like. Now, It Stays has a lot of different branding going on, and it's not necessarily works better or worse because I've also tried a different brand that makes this. It seems to all work fine. I've never had one go, oh my God, this is definitely not working at all. So they all work fine. So as far as I know, I haven't tried all of the off-brand ones, but as far as I know, I think you'll be fine. It's just, they all say It Stays in there somewhere. This is used and was created more for a medical reason. That's where I used to get mine, was on a medical supply website. But us wig wearers use these. We found that it works really nicely, and they are water soluble. They are hypoallergenic. They're totally safe for you, your skin, and your wigs. They wash off with water, both yourself and your wigs, so it's not going to gum things up. And if you find that your pieces are getting gummed up, then you can, if you're not ready to wash the whole piece, you can just really gently do little circles under some cold water. I've even gone so far as putting just a tiny little drop of wig shampoo on there and just kind of cleaning off the lace and getting the makeup off as well. And anywhere else that maybe that it stays. But I've never had any problem with this. It doesn't hurt to pull it off, and it doesn't hurt your hair, anything. Anyway, it's been a godsend. I don't think I'd be wearing wigs today if I didn't try this. Permatease. This is all Permatease. It does not lay completely flat to your head. That's why a lot of people don't like it. So I don't try to flatten it. I like to use my Permatease for what it's intended for. It balances out the style, actually. It makes it look very realistic. But I am going to also balance out the rest of the style to sort of handle all of that. So I'm going to first go in with the number 4. This is that sort of lift dry shampoo thing. I'm going to go in with that first, and I'm going to just spray this everywhere, and I'm going to do it in my bathroom because I have very expensive equipment here and I don't want it to get into it. So let me go do that. I'll be right back. So it is a little powdery. It is. So I guess, I don't know. It did dull the shine a little bit. I put a lot on. I don't go light with those, which is why I go in the bathroom. I put it on everywhere. And what dry shampoos do is it really gives a little bit of a grittiness to the fibers. So they're made to sort of dull the shine, but they also kind of give a nice lift. But they also make your other styling products sort of grab onto it to make them work better. Hairsprays, things like that are just going to sort of go in there with those fine little powdery sort of, stuff that lands on the fibers, and it makes it hold better through the day. I think I'm really gonna like this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do then is I'm just gonna kind of work with this here, and we'll try to utilize the bangs a little bit. I don't know. I'm funny enough as much as I should be, because I do have a high forehead. I am not a big, huge bang person. My goodness, yeah, we have this beautiful lace front. No need to hide it. But if you do want to, you have that option, which is nice. We've got a lot of options in this piece. Yeah. I mean, just this. This is cute. Just like this. Really, really cute. No need to really do much. This alone has really helped. It's not quite so soft, so it will stay. It's kind of easier to deal with. That permatease there is, and we got the shorter pieces too, so we got a lot of great lift and movement. We can't see the permatease at all because those fibers are lifted up. That's why we don't want to smash it, because we want to hide the permatease and let it do its thing and lift those fibers right up. So don't be afraid of that. Okay, now we can part this anyway, and if you are more of a right side parter, we're just going to push those fibers to the right, bring it over to the left. You might find that your piece performs better right out of the box in a different direction. And so for the sake of, well, not even for the sake of filming, I just kind of go with what the piece, the less that I have to fight with it, the better. So this particular one, while I feel like it can pretty much do either side, I just find that, I don't know, I feel like I'm going to fight with it less going to this direction. But then I'm also a left to right side parter. So this is my chosen side anyway. So this is called Shape. It's from Hair You Wear. Oh my gosh, have I tried them all. I have tried so many hairsprays. Okay, come on. Oh no, they do get clogged. Okay, here we go. I have tried so many, and I'm just going to tell you, the hairsprays for synthetic fibers, they don't often behave the same way as the kind of hairspray you're used to. Yeah, so I have found with hairsprays that they either are way too wet or they just don't do much. And there's just sort of, you got to find this balance, and they can be very sticky because that's kind of how they work. Sometimes they're just too heavy and they're not airy enough, and they end up kind of making your wig through the day sort of fall and look more like a helmet. So it does take a lot of hit and miss. But for instance, this it holds well, but it is one of those wet, it's a little too wet for me. And this is, Brandywine. So I don't often grab this one. It's definitely not my favorite. If I want to pump, then I do like the Shape. Sometimes I will forego the whole thing and just reach for like a spray gel here, number 4. Jon Renau, this can be an option, and I don't spray it right directly on the hair. I spray it in the palm of my hand and do this, and then I will just kind of work it through, and I'll do that a few times until I kind of get it to do what I want it to do. I like a messy part, And I think a messy part is essential with when you have no monofilament anyway, because we're not looking for that perfect part, you know, because we don't have monofilament in there. So, and there's nothing saying that you can't tuck both sides of this piece, because you can. Just gonna kind of people with shorter hairstyles think they're locked in to a certain style, especially, you know, a synthetic piece. It has a memory, so that style is always going to be there even after you wash it. And oh gosh, that's so untrue. I think if you have some length, this is why I like, you know, some length around the front here. There are a lot of options that you can do that are quick and easy. Doesn't mean you have to spend, you know, another hour just getting your hair situated. And that's why I love Ignite. That's why this piece is so much fun to me, is because there are so many different options. You know, I have a cute little headband here. I can just pop this in, and it's, you know, and then boom, it's cute. And there are so many adorable headbands out there. I just love these because they are comfortable behind my ear. And, you know, I do have glasses. I don't have them out here right now, but so I need to have my headbands pretty comfortable. Absolutely adorable. I really love this. Of course, I love Palm Springs Blonde. I think it adds that little extra something that this style is suited for. And yeah, it is so fun. You can wear this all week in a different way, depending on if you want something casual or if you want it sleek. There's just so much to do with a style like this. Another thing that I really want to stress with a style like this, you know, you think about shorter styles are great for summer, and while that is true, you know, we can catch the breeze, you know, right here in our neck and for sure. But don't overlook them for the winter, because as you may know, friction is definitely the enemy with especially synthetic fibers. So it's always nice to reduce that. And now we're wearing sweaters, scarves, coats, sometimes even hats and beanies. So a style like this, you know, we have literally no length back here. And that's lovely, because I know that as I turn my head and live my life, it's not going to cause an issue, and I don't have to think about it all day. I don't have to think about, oh my gosh, I need to comb these knots out because they're happening. It's not brushing against my sweaters or scarves or anything like that. So don't overlook these kind, this sort of length and what's happening back here for the winter time, because they are so nice. All right, this is it. I am not taking this off. I am going to be having this on all day. I feel pretty dang cute in this, I must say. It's very cute. I've got some errands to run, so yeah, it's going to go on its maiden voyage today out in the big bad world. I want to thank you so much for joining me, and I always hope that you find these helpful. Maybe you get inspired and you can't wait to kind of get some of your wigs out and start playing with them and trying some new things. I always hope that you get a little something out of any of my videos. All right, I'm going to say goodbye, and I will see you very soon in my next one. And if you're a wig wearer and excited to see my next wig chat, stay tuned for next week. I'll see you Wednesday. Bye-bye.